Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back with another Total War Warhammer video. Today we'll be continuing our top lore-friendly mod series, a small collection of mods for a respective race. We've already covered the Empire, so next we're going to move to the Under-Empire. The Skaven themselves are very much complete and we're not really expecting anything new barring a certain Gracier. But there are a few things missing, or a few quality of life changes that are needed. Thankfully, as always, our modding community is extremely active, so with this video I'm going to showcase some of the best Skaven mods which are extremely lore friendly. So without further ado, let's begin. The first mod we'll be looking at is a mount option which I've been hoping for absolute ages. This is the Skaven War Litter, a mount option from the 7th edition army book which was rather loved, very similar to that of the Dwarf Throne Bearers, but instead of dwarfs, it's a bunch of Skaven. A nice little change from the usual monstrous mounts or mechanical mounts. It looks absolutely great and follows the actual lore-friendly adaptation through art, but this is expected as of course this is a Chaos Robbie mod. The War Litter itself is available to Skaven Warlords and Skaven Chieftains, and can be unlocked as soon as you hit level 10. The second mod in question are the Skaven Master Moulders by Advice. This introduces the Master Moulder as a possible lord choice for your Skaven armies, and is available for every Skaven faction. I feel like this is a rather important mod, as so far every other faction seems to have a interpretation of a possible lord choice for their clans, barring Clan Pestilence of course. And it's super weird that in the Twisted and the Twilight we never received a Clan Moulder Lord option, seeing as that was a Clan Moulder DLC. Naturally, the Master Moulders look very similar to that of the Skaven Packmasters, though their colours are reversed and they do have a few extra bits and bobs on their armour. Skill-wise, they'll follow the usual stuff as a Skaven Warlord, however they will have their own unique tree. This will focus around various buffs towards himself as can be expected, or the monsters in your army. Think of him very much like Froth Light. It's just something that's generally needed. There is one skill that grants growth juice, however, since you can't use growth juice if playing as another Skaven clan, it also adds in casualties captured post-battle, so at least there's something there and it's not a dead skill. Now for our third spot we have Moulder's Menagerie, a much bigger mod which introduces a lot of new units. This is basically all of Clan Moulder's missing units that were not added into the Twisted and the Twilight, all the different variants of Stormfiends, which are a unit introduced into the end times. Giant Rats, a very popular Skaven unit from back in the days of the tabletop, and if memory serves, everything else was added in the 6th edition Moulder army list. This is of course borrowing Behemoths, Chimærats, Armored Rat Ogres, and the Arboration too. All of these units were actually quite requested by the fanbase, and yes, I'm assuming that we might see the Stormfiends eventually, but all the others I'm not too sure about. This mod definitely fills out your Clan Moulder roster, and they are balanced fairly well. Well, balanced for Skaven at least. And you don't have to just use this mod with Clan Moulder. What I've been doing with this video is making sure that all of the mods here are usable by all of the Skaven clans. The majority of these monsters, as expected, can be found through the Clan Moulder building tree, and you'll have to progress up through the tiers in order to unlock more and more units. Keep in mind that for some of the Stormfiends you will need to not only work on the Clan Moulder building tree, but also that of the Clan Scryer one, as of course it was established in lore that Clan Moulder and Clan Scryer collaborated in order to create the Stormfiends. An honourable mention to this list, and a great attachment to Moulder's Menagerie, would be the Flayerkin mod by Stijinjoy. I am pretty sure I am not pronouncing that correctly, but what this mod adds is the Flayerkin. Believe it or not, these units were actually part of the Skaven roster back in the days of the Moulder list. These creatures, as this is pretty much what we can call them now, are former warriors of chaos who have disappointed their lords and have been sent to Clan Moulder to be experimented upon. Their humanity now gone, they are nothing but mindless and blood-craving monsters. In lore they were used as a siege unit, and they are exactly that, taking great benefit from fighting atop of walls too, with a special skill of course. The Flayerkin mod works extremely well with the Clan Moulder Menagerie mod, and they can be recruited from the same Clan Moulder building tree. Our second to last mod on this list is a rather small one, but one that really does make a lot of sense. Skaven Warpstone currency by Menagerie. I've definitely got that one wrong too. So it's just a basic visual mod which changes your currency to Warpstone. Like I said, something very small, but it's a massive quality of life thing, as of course the Skaven use Warpstone as their official currency. This is extremely immersive and a must-have mod. In fact, if you scroll down on the official mod page, you can find a direct link to another mod known as custom faction currencies. Many of the factions in the Warhammer fantasy world have their own custom currencies, but they were not represented as such in Total War Warhammer, so I highly recommend this mod if you want more of an immersive look. Before we move on to our last spot, we have another honourable mention, Weapon Teams on Walls by Faithlessberserker. As you can imagine from this, it allows you to put your weapons teams on walls, which, well, is something that the community themselves have been asking for ages. On screen I've got some poison globadiers next to the weapons teams, and they're pretty much the same size. They actually fit rather nicely on top of walls, so it makes sense to be able to do so. Nothing too big of a mod, but a great one for those who end up in a lot of defensive sieges as the Skaven. And now for our last mod on the list, which is simply called The Skaven by Zarkis. The mod itself is more of a quality of life overhaul for the Skaven as a whole, and there are a wide variety of different effects, so let's not waste any more time and jump right in. Skaven will have a boosted movement through the underway by 25%. This makes a lot of sense for a faction who primarily stays underground. The Skaven in lore are known to move extremely quickly, so this is quite thematic. The Skaven Growth building will also provide food as you level it up through its tiers. It'll only increase up to 2 food, but as you start creating a larger and larger Under Empire, it will start to rack up. Income acquired from Undercities has been slightly nerfed, and yeah, I know it's something that a lot of people don't want to listen to, but bear in mind that the Undercities always generated quite a lot of cash, and let's be honest, this mod is going to give a lot of benefits, so some negatives are always welcome to keep things kinda balanced. Thematic dilemmas will appear for factions that may have too much Skaven corruption. Due to high corruption, some dilemmas might pop up every now and then. This could be something like what you can see on screen, where you can purchase a giant rat breeder for 2,000 income, which is a very sought after item as it provides 1 food faction wide. Or perhaps the second dilemma, which isn't affecting you, but those who currently control Karak 8 peaks. For 4 turns you can reduce their growth, public order, income, and increase Skaven corruption. Something like this is very immersive, and it's kinda random as to how these dilemmas will pop up and how frequently. There's even a separate type of dilemma, which is the one on screen right now. This will allow you to take over some ruins around the Warhammer fantasy world. Bear in mind that this not only affects you, but can affect other Skaven factions. With this playthrough, I'm currently playing as Squeak, who as you know is in the Southlands. Though this event has popped up in the areas around the Dark Elf territories and Aluthanar, I can now pay some food and be able to colonize it. Sure, it won't be the most strongest area, but now I can start preparing an army all the way over there. The mod itself has also been later integrated into SFO Grimhammer, so if you're using SFO, there's no need to download this one specifically. But these were our top 5 lore-friendly Skaven mods and 2 honourable mentions, all of which can be found in the description below and work rather well together. I highly recommend checking them all out together if you want a new experience with the Skaven. Let me know what your top 5 mods for the Skaven are in the comments below. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various links to different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Also in the description section is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Making a purchase using that link and also our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A big thank you to Gibraltar LUSC, Ryan Bertsche, Andrew Prince, and Okro for subscribing to us at our Fane level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule, VS Vasan, Aaron Whitman, and Shaggy for subscribing to us at our King level. Honestly, we can't thank you all enough. And lastly, a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing, and commenting on these videos. Honestly, it's because of you guys that the channel's been growing at such a great pace lately, so we can't thank you all enough. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.